Heart-wrenching. Another dormitory fire, another national tragedy that Kenya has witnessed too many times before. From Bombolulu to Changule, Moi Girls to Endarasha, school fires continue to expose a dangerous cycle of negligence, weak enforcement, and ignored safety warnings. Investigations are launched, reports written, and promises made. Yet little changes. See? Parents send children to school expecting safety, not death traps, with locked exits, overcrowded dormitories, and inadequate firefighting equipment. Authorities tasked with inspections and enforcement must answer for repeated failures. Kenya does not lack policies on school safety. It lacks accountability. Where? The horrific pictures of a mother crying, and in the background, their bodies that are being removed, of a child that you sent to school. And for me, here is that the severity of this situation could have been reduced significantly. Utumishi disaster is covered on page 2 and 3 of the Standard. Why you should brace for more school fires under state watch. Why? If you look at the history, because we know we know that there are different factors surrounding all of this. What we don't know right now is the cause of this fire. We don't know. We don't know whether it was arson. We don't know whether there was an electrical fault. We cannot say that 1 + 1 = 2 in this case until there is a direct answer. Was there a wiring issue? Did somebody actually set fire somewhere? What happened? Because we do not know that, we cannot then say that this is the reason for the fire in this school.
Sure.
Now, do we know that previously, like the famous Changuli High School, that there was somebody who set the fire? Yes. Have there been schools where they have set fire because they said we needed a break, we needed to get out? That has happened. In this case, can we draw that? We cannot, because we do not know yet. School unrest, however, is an issue. Did somebody say something? Did somebody want to go home? Were they feeling pressure from mocks? All of these things are drawn into the conversation. But there's one thing that we can say. Regardless of the cause of this fire, there are certain things we already know. Number one, there are grills on the windows, so there's not an easy escape. Do they have a fire policy? That again, we don't know. When is the last time, Dennis, a fantastic question, that a fire drill was done in your high schools in the country? When this school is surrounded by garrisons, 2 hours of a burning fire, the first responders would have been the folks who are surrounding the school anyway. That doors have locks on the outside of dorms. What do you think these children are going to do? Escape from the dorm and go where? On the outside. The locks are on the outside. Why? Already we're hearing, look, there are many things that are going to come up in our 7 o'clock conversation. So the question now that abounds is, if you cannot guarantee the safety of children who are in boarding school because of the things that we see happening too much, is it time for you to say then don't have the boarding schools? Or is that too extreme? Let's talk. The country grieves as 16 students die in dorm fire. And there's that gentleman that you spoke of. Akin to the days where in the Bible, the Old Testament, people would strip out of grief because, my God, my child is no more. Recurring dorm fires reveals years of safety failures. That's the story on page 4. Same script, ignored school safety manual. There is a manual. People sat down, put it together, that every school is supposed to comply to. Who is complying? We're not asking questions with emotion.
No.
We're asking questions based in fact. That somebody came up with a manual and said, if you're going to do 1, 2, 3, you must do 4, 5, 6. Why is it not happening? Now, as though we don't have enough to deal with there, Ruto-Ebola deal grows. The Trump-Ruto-Ebola deal grows. Opposition to that actually is what is growing. And like we said, Katiba Institute has taken a petition to the court under a certificate of urgency to say this thing has got to be stopped. Let's see. As the US seeks to set up a quarantine center in Kenya, it stressed that Ebola will not spill over into its territory. As in, we don't want it. You can have it. The sentiments have sparked uproar among Kenyans' leaders, legal and medical experts who asked why the facility should be established in the country. Now, it's just for purposes of clarity, by the way. These people are not coming from America.
No.
It is the people who are in countries that are affected. The Americans in those countries that are affected, they're saying, just contain it over there. Don't come over here. Capish?
Capish.
Ruto, the president, William Ruto, has said, I will accept the outcome of the 2027 election.
Can I respond? Do you have any other option? No, you don't. The laws, the Constitution orders you to respect the results.
He said, and he looked, I don't know if it's a script, but he looked rather forlorn at some point, and he was saying, you know what, everybody's just talking about the election. You guys are just making noise all over the place. So you relax, Bala. That it's going to be a free and fair election. It's going to be something else that he said, I can't remember. But he said, the thing that I remember, he said, it's going to be a free and fair election. If I win, so be it. If I don't, so be it too. So everybody should just be coming down. Escalating factional rivalries cast shadow over ODM's future. Let me tell you, folks, when there's a crack in the wall and you decide that you're not going to deal with the crack, what's going to happen? And the walls came tumbling down. That's all I'm saying. Lusaka, there's room to improve devolution. Really? In case you're wondering, Ken Lusaka is the governor of Bungoma County. And he said, you know, we've done a good job so far, so good, but we can actually do better. That's what I say, do better. Peter Kimani, you got to love his columns. He says it's a parable of Kenya as a pit latrine that cannot refuse USA dysentery. Yeah, exactly. That's what it looks like. Mushiri Karaja, also in the opinions this morning, says the president has himself to blame for appearing exhausted lately. Take a load off, man.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Chill,
Relax.
The body needs rest, man.
To know.
Yeah.
Like we say in Nigeria, body not be firewood. You have to bend it every now and then.
Yeah. The president needs to just do that thing that you call
R&R.
Yeah. Or just devolve these issues. Let
delegate responsibility.
Ministers to do their job. You know.
Aviation industry players have also come into the conversation, and they're saying that the finance bill will hit the sector hard, and this is what they're warning the players in the aviation industry about. Everybody's talking about their profits for the year and how life is going to be good. La di da. So that's what it looks like when you look into the Business Standard this morning, and we know that. Even as we get into the weekend, there's going to be quite a lot of sporting activity, as it usually is. I mean, that happens through the week anyway. I mean, and even as we cover some of these things, the Champions League is coming up, guys. Some people are hoping that they win that one too.
Saturday?
Yeah.
Do you know
30th, yeah.
30th,
yeah.
Let me ask a question. Do you know World Cup is next week?
17th of June. The World Cup, yep.
What happened?
What do you mean?
The huge and everything about it.
It's 2026. Yeah. Canada, North America, and
Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah. It's interesting to see how this World Cup will turn out.
It'll be fun.
Based off information that you get, especially from the sports pundits, is many people are just not buying tickets because of the immigration rules that is there.
Yeah, no.
Also,
It is the greatest event on the planet. By the way, if anybody was wondering, asking what the greatest event the biggest event on the planet, it actually is the FIFA World Cup.
Yeah.
But now if you have a situation where your beloved America, you don't want to give people visa for this thing, how do you want people to go?
Yeah.
Now, you have to ask yourself, how are you going to fill the stands if you're not giving people visas to come? Ask yourself the question.
True.
This is where government and then those other institutions come to play.